Good morning. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. Stocks staged a choppy comeback last week as investors cheered positive earnings led by mega cap stocks. The rally came to pass despite fresh data showing a slowing economy and increasing inflationary pressures. Before I get into what happened last week and what we are watching this week, a couple of items for you. First of all, last week, I also hosted our monthly capital markets update and outlook. The recording of this presentation is available now on our website. So if you missed out, I encourage you to go watch that recording from our monthly check-in. Again, this is your opportunity to kind of look over our shoulder, get an objective review of the positives that we're seeing, the headwinds that we're facing, and what we think it all means for the future. Again, you can view that recording on our website, investwithccg.com. And as I said, today is April 29th, which means that May is just a couple of days away. In a continuing effort to help protect you, we invite you to participate in our complimentary shredding month. Throughout the month of May, you are invited to bring your unwanted and unneeded documents to our office, and we will take care of shredding them for you. It is that easy. You can get all the details as well as a handy keep it or toss it guide on our website and details on an event that we are hosting the end of May to wrap up our complimentary shredding month. So head on over to the website, investwithccg.com, for all the details. With that, I'm going to roll the intro, and then we'll take a closer look at what happened in the markets, in the economy last week, as well as what we're watching this week. Life is too short to worry about what the next headline could do to your life savings. Hi, my name is Eric Hagan, and I keep my thumb on the pulse of the economy and the markets so my clients can focus on the things that are actually important to them. Thank you for joining me the next few minutes on today's weekly economic video update. It was a choppy week, but ended in the green across the board. As you can see here on this column that we'll be taking a look at, the Dow Jones Industrials average gained 0.67% for the week, while the Standard & Poor's 500 rose 2.67% for the week. The NASDAQ Composite Index was up strongly by 4.23%, and the MSCI EAFE Index, which tracks developed overseas stock markets, increased 1.74%. The 10-year Treasury yield also was up to 4.67%. It was up modestly for the week, but up over 10% from just a month ago. Last week opened with a rebound rally as investors breathed a sigh of relief. As you can see here on Monday, investors breathed a sigh of relief that Middle East tensions had eased. The market rally extended into Tuesday, with investors cheering positive corporate earnings reports. By Tuesday's market close, the S&P 500 had gained 2% for the week. But investor enthusiasm did not last, as midweek saw profit-taking in all three index averages. Rising bond yields threw a wet blanket on market momentum. At one point, the yield on the 10-year Treasury note rose more than 40 basis points from its low earlier in the week. On Thursday, markets opened sharply lower. They had slipped on two fresh pieces of economic data. Number one, gross domestic product, or GDP, showed a slowdown, and we also saw higher consumer prices. But by midday, selling pressure slowed. Stocks pushed higher on Friday behind upbeat first quarter reports from two mega cap tech stocks, helping the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ post their best week since November. Corporate earnings and economic reports battled it out last week. In the end, earnings won, at least for this week. The big economic news was that the first quarter GDP grew at a 1.6% annualized rate, slower than the 2.4% economists expected, and less than the fourth quarter of 2023. The GDP report seemed to support the Goldilocks economy theory. Not too hot, not too cool. A story investors have favored this year. The PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, was embedded within the GDP report. excluding food and energy, it increased 2.8% from a year ago. It was unchanged from February and slightly higher than expected. It joined a growing list of factors pointing to an uptick in inflation, complicating the Fed's interest rate decision. We have another busy week of economic data to watch. As you can see here on the screen, we get started tomorrow with employment cost index, as well as the Case-Shiller home price index, and a look at consumer confidence. Then on Wednesday, we have that Fed rate decision. So we have the FOMC announcement, followed by the Fed chair press conference. We also have a Treasury refunding announcement. We have the ISM manufacturing index, as well as the EIA petroleum status report. Then on Thursday, we get a look at motor vehicle sales, jobless claims, international trade in goods and services, factory orders, productivity and costs. And then wrapping up the week on Friday, we get a look at the employment situation. Of course, with SmartMix, we focus on individual stocks, individual companies. We have a long list of companies that we're keeping an eye on. As you can see here on the screen, our goal is to avoid the many internal and hidden costs that can be found in today's investment products. So we focus on purchasing and investing in individual stocks. You can learn about this low cost, fully transparent, and personalized approach on our website, smartmixportfolios.com. And lastly, later on today, 2 p.m. Central, I will be sending out our full update for the week. This update, of course, as always, includes more than what I talk about here on Monday mornings, including our very popular weekly tax tip. This week's tax tip looks at a program, an IRS program, that helps seniors prepare their taxes. And yes, it is free. So if you'd like this email and you're not getting it, you may subscribe at our website, investwithccg.com. Hey, this is Eric again. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Here at Capital Consulting Group, we provide personal wealth planning and fiduciary investment management solutions for individuals, couples, and families. To learn how to see your entire financial situation, both today as well as every year into the future, go to clearfinancialfuture.com and watch the short 2-minute video. To learn how we give our clients' life savings the attention it deserves and to see how we're doing, visit smartmixportfolios.com. And lastly, if you'd like help investing your 401k at work, visit me over at 401kinvestmentpros.com. Thank you again for your time today. I'll look for you next week.